It's nasty, cold, chilly, kind of day that make you wear socks outside instead of just going in your flip-flops. And it's going to get worse. You know it, kids. It is. But we've got you covered from top to bottom, bottom to top. If you haven't heard, snow's a-coming. Time for the Weather Wizards Snowpocalypse 2026 update.
Tell us about the snow king. Yeah.
All right, the National Weather Service has finally, and we expected this, but they have now issued the winter storm warning for all of Middle Tennessee, southern Kentucky. Now, for our friends and neighbors in far southern and southwest Middle Tennessee, on top of the winter storm warning, you are under an ice storm warning. So what they're looking at is heavy mixed precipitation, total snow and sleet accumulations between 2 and 8 inches, and then ice accumulations up to 1/4 inch. And it's going to start Friday night, and it's not going to let up until about 6 o'clock Sunday evening, according to what the National Weather Service is looking at right now. Here's the impact. They say to expect power outages and tree damage due to the ice. And travel, you've already got officials telling you to prepare so you do not have to get out and drive anywhere. They want those roads as clear as possible. A lot of that has to do with first responders who are going to need. People are still going to get sick and have heart attacks and things like that. There's going to be medical emergencies. First responders are going to need as much room as possible to get to where they need to go in those cases. So they say if you must travel, keep an extra flashlight, food, and water in your vehicle in case of an emergency.
God, if you're going to travel, think about it. They're telling you, hey, there's a good chance you may get stuck somewhere. So make sure you got snacks, some blankets. So, or don't travel.
Yeah, if you don't have to go out, just stay home. Stay home.
This is every stay-home person's dream.
Yes, it is.
Is it not? This is every person out there who said, oh, I would love to do that. And then it comes time to do that, and you're like, I don't want to do that. This is your dream. Nobody's going to say, they're going to be like, I absolutely agree with you. Don't do it. Don't.
And if somebody calls and says, I want to come over and hang out with you, you just go, man, there's too much snow piled against the door. I can't get it open.
Yeah, I care about you too much. I do not want
you out in this weather.
Yeah, there's just too much. We got to protect ourselves. And the same thing goes out there for as you talked about the emergency services and everything.
Yeah.
Also, the people that are going to be out there dealing with the power outages.
Yes.
That's a big deal, too, because they're going to be out there. They know they've got a big few days ahead of us themselves.
They're not looking forward to it.
No. Well, they're probably looking forward to the overtime and whatnot, but still.
Well, yeah, they will get that.
And then our beloved mail carriers.
Yes, sir.
You guys are going to be delivering because it says right there, sleet, snow, everything. You're going to be out there.
Tornadoes, tsunami, earthquake.
You're going to show up to a house that's not even there. You're just going to put it right in the mailbox and go.
Fat wiener dogs.
All of those things. You guys do not stop. So be prepared for that, kids. All right? They're going to be out there. But outside of that, everybody else stay home.
Yeah. There's no need.
Unless you're my DoorDash driver.
Yeah, that's the thing I was thinking about. Have you guys gotten extra food just in case?
I got a little bit.
From what I understand, I don't know if this is true, and maybe some of our listeners could tell us. I don't know if DoorDash runs in inclement weather.
And damn well better, because I'm ordering.
And here's the thing: the last time I remember I ordered food, to be delivered to my home, it never came because they were just
swamped.
It was just too bad.
Yeah,
they ate it. Didn't want to drop it off.
Johnny B and I ordered a pizza. We were staying at one of these hotels over here across the way. We ordered a pizza. It came like 4 or 5 hours later.
Good God. Well, yeah. So I don't know if if you guys are DoorDash drivers, Uber drivers, Uber Food, Uber Eats, whatever
it's a good question.
Let us know if you guys are going to be running, because I bet if you are running, I bet if you're one of the only ones, the money's going to be delicious.
Yeah, hit us on the text line and let us know. 615-737-9986.
And if you had to sign a waiver in case you're in a bad crash in inclement weather.
Oh, where they said, look, you've chosen to work this day.
Right. I would think they would have you sign something like that.
Well, I'm sure with Uber,
In this day and age?
yeah, with Uber Eats and everything, I'm sure that there's a portion of that you already sign away when they do that stuff. But if it's other things, like other companies that have you deliver on normal days, like a Domino's or any of those, they may have some sort of, we're not letting you go.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Olive Garden delivers now.
Do they?
Yep.
Oh, unlimited. Did they have a little truck with just unlimited breadsticks? You just reach in and grab whenever you want?
Yeah, do they have to keep going back and forth
Yeah,
if you want as much
What
as
if
you
I have
want?
unlimited pasta?
I guess they got to keep coming back.
They got to keep coming back.
I got my card, the unlimited pasta.
Hey, I ate all my salad. Bring me some more.
Most of breadsticks too. We're such a glutton in this country. The thing they bring you to snack upon is a dinner elsewhere in the globe. Not us. We're like, all right, now give us some pasta.
Yeah, the National Weather Service is going as far as to say travel could be impossible. With ice, it's going to be impossible, man.
Yeah.
You can't drive on ice.
So
The only thing that you can drive on ice with are chains. And
Yeah,
I don't think
ice
a lot
is-
of people in Tennessee have tire chains.
No, we don't. Not going to be running, says one Uber driver. We've been called the name. It's always good.
All right.
You guys are absolutely clueless about gig economy. Uber, Look, DoorDash on all your own risks you accept. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's
All
fine.
right.
We're clueless. I'm okay with
We
that.
were just asking a question.
Yeah, no doubt. So,
Hey, if you don't know everything, you're stupid.
that's right. You didn't know that? Typical DoorDash platform is turned off during inclement weather. Okay. So the platform in certain situations is completely off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which that makes sense, especially if you're iced in.
For the right money, though, there could be Chad Dash. I'll pay a lot of money for a pizza.
How much? What do I owe you? $150.
That's right.
And I still want a tip.
Now, another person says, I drive for Uber Eats. I'm going to be running.
Okay.
Hospitals don't close. Pharmacists, nurses.
Nope. They do not. Thank goodness.
And the restaurants. Yeah, we were considering the restaurants being closed. But, a lot of people will, I just don't know what's going to be open or closed. That's the other thing. It's a crapshoot.
Right.
So it's a crapshoot.
We're not going to know until we're in it.
So
This is all prediction here. Potential.
So yeah, that's exact. And that's the other thing right there. Because since I've come on the air, so Chris was on the air, it was sadness because there wasn't going to be a lot of snow.
Right.
Then I kept saying, I think it's the cold that's going to come and get us.
Yeah.
And then now we're under what are we under, a freeze warning?
A winter storm warning, which means it's going to happen. And then for our friends and neighbors in southern and southwest Middle Tennessee and northern Alabama, it is not only a winter storm warning, but an ice storm warning.
It's a lot of stuff going on there. So it's going to hit us hard. Whatever it is, whatever it looks like. Because
get ready right now.
it's going to change by tomorrow. It could warm up a little bit, and all of a sudden the ice could turn to snow. We could have 6-8 inches of snow. Or it could just be a frost that rolls through here and it's cold for 2.5 days.
Yeah, if you're a meteorologist and you get this wrong, you should be fired.
Yeah, that's from Bell.
Brother Bill.
That's from Bell right there.
I'm just saying. People need accuracy.
We do. We demand accuracy. Okay? I'm telling you guys that right now. We demand accuracy. So, absolutely. So, it is a lot of people out there. One guy says, I'm guessing my dumbass manager won't close our restaurant.
Well, that's the thing, man. I mean, at what point, as a restaurant owner, do you decide, you know what, I think there's more money going out than coming in?
Well, do you tell your people like us, right? Like when we know it's coming, if we know it's going to, now that we've got the opportunity already to broadcast from home, but if you're worried about it, stay at the hotel, little motel across the street, and you can walk across the street and do whatever you need to do. Do you do that with your staff? Say, hey, there might be a big day. I'm willing to spend a little bit of money to keep everybody around here.
Yeah.
Man,
2934 also reminds us that Waffle House is always open.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Always. Always. Always open. So that's it's one of the big things, right? But that's mostly for hurricanes, though, the Waffle House. I mean, the freeze doesn't, because the South, we don't get the freeze like this. They're getting snow. We talked last week, they got snow in parts of Florida on the beach.
Sally said, if you're a meteorologist and you get this wrong, you should run for Congress.
You should. You should. And you know who you could blame? Whatever side you're running on, blame the other side. It was the Republicans. It was the Democrats. It was illegal immigrants. It was the Somalis. They stopped this. Oh, goodness. It was the Buddhist. So, snow tires. Do you have snow tires? No. Why would I need snow tires?
I don't even have tires.
Yeah. What do you think? I'm highfalutin?
Highfalutin.
So that's it's going to be cold. That's all we're saying, guys. Just be smart out there. Don't be an idiot. Don't be a superhero. Get your food. Get everything you need, and
make sure all of your streaming services are updated.
And get yourself your backup chargers. They're all juiced up, so you can.
Yeah, that and batteries too.
Batteries.
Get
that's
batteries.
Right. Batteries. That's
some of you out there wishing you had a Generac right now.
Oh, yeah, very much so. That's right, the Generac. Goodness me. My wife's going to be so excited now that she's hearing there's power outages. She's probably telling everybody in the building, I'll have 500 pounds of rice for everybody.
But does she have the marinara sauce to go with it?
Oh, she's got all kinds of goodies.
Right.
Like she's also got like a little, her thing is better to have and not need because she's been through it because she lived in Colorado for years. And so this is just kind of what they did.
When I lived in Colorado, I remember a snowstorm coming through in April.
Ooh, how long did you live in Colorado?
A year and 2 days.
How'd they deal with the cold? You were in Denver, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, because it's a bigger city, but they deal with it in a little different because it's built for it.
But they would plow the roads almost immediately.
Yeah.
And it just made the city look like a filth hole.
Oh, it did? Because of all the muck that comes off the roads.
Gross.
Yeah.
See, one thing that was, about the snow, in the Pacific Northwest there in Boise, Idaho, where I lived, is it was always just snow. It was like powder snow. It was never like wet, icy snow.
Did you get a lot of it, though?
We'd get it every year. And
like
I mean, not really that bad. I mean, there was one year we got close to a foot of snow, but it would snow every winter, and then there would be snow on the ground sometimes until late May.
Really?
Late June, yeah, in some years. But again, it was powder, The roads would get slick after enough cars, had driven over the powder. But there were never just any ice storms that I remember. It was just snow.
I lived in Europe for all those years. In London, we never really got any snow whatsoever. Never. I mean, you get it once in a great while, but it was never like snow filled, on the sidewalks. It would die before it got to. But the further north you go, you would get it. And I played in some games where there was snow. I'll tell you that. That was so weird.
When I moved to Atlanta, the week I got there, I was unpacking. I didn't have, food in the apartment or anything because I literally just moved in. So I'm like, I'm going to get out of here. And, there was a Palm up the road. I'm going to go to Palm and get a steak. And it's iced over bad, but Palm was open. And as I'm crossing the bridge to get to where the hotel with the Palm in it was, I saw the car in front of me spin out, go into the other lane, and turn the front end of this truck into powder.
Whoa.
And I just was like, okay, I'm going to turn it around nice and slow.
Oh, you didn't go to your steak?
No, I went right back home. Because that just made me realize this is dangerous.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying that about the people who think they can drive on ice and stuff. It's that black. The big problem with black ice is you don't know where the black ice is. Because you think you're going along fine, then all of a sudden.
You think you're on asphalt and suddenly you're on ice.
Yeah. That's and then nature takes over and inertia takes over, and all of a sudden you're in the hospital and other people have to come out and rescue you.
And nature will mess you up.
And it will mess you up. Coming up,
It will.
some interesting texts about back-to-back that are hilarious about the monks, because I want to bring this up because I think it's worthy of that. And then in a little bit, bottom of the hour, our buddy from USS is going to join the program. We're going to actually find out what's the best way to weatherproof, especially during the freeze, because, man, it gets ugly. And if you forget to do one or two things, next thing you know, it's a pipe mare, as I like to call it. So you don't want a part of that. That'll be here coming up a little bit. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7. Yeah, we're going to talk about that next hour because that is just, and his whole thing about, well, it sucks. Yeah, we don't want to ruin people's lives and have an issue for people. That just, wasn't thrilled by that. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. So we're talking about the monks last hour. There's one person texting and he goes, basically saying that I'm a piece of crap and the show sucks and stuff. And, how dare I think that the South isn't welcoming to the monks and stuff. And then right after the next text, I don't understand why you're glamorizing Buddhism with these monks and what you're doing. Why are Christians supporting this? It just goes on to talk about it. If Super Talk is primarily based on conservative and Christian beliefs, why are you glamorizing the Buddhist movement and drawing attention to it as if it's a great thing? Because it is. I don't see what's wrong with it. They're walking for peace. That's what they're doing. They're not evangelizing either. All they're talking about is peace, why it's a good thing. That's it. That's it. Your belief is your belief, right? Do you think it's a slap in the face of Christianity? Do you not think that this is in opposition to Jesus? No, I think Jesus is pretty much about peace. The last I checked, I think so. It was about peace. I think it's a good thing. I think we need more of it. Nothing wrong with coming out and saying, hey, good. I mean, if it was a Jewish person walking for peace for October 7th, would you go, yeah, that's a good thing? Well, I don't know if you're aware of that. They don't believe in Jesus the way that Christians do. Just in case you're unaware of that. So, yeah, no, because it's a good story is why. Because you know what? They're putting a lot of their money where their mouth is. There's no doubt about that. They're making that walk. If this was just a regular dude, a bunch of bikers going on a walk for peace, because they're singing. But so that's why I think it's a good thing.
Jesus was down with hookers and lepers, so I think he's pretty much the guy that's cool with the whole chill attitude.
Yeah, I think so. If Jim Cantori is in town, everything's going to be okay. Do you remember him from the Weather Channel? The one who got excited for, was it lightning? Thunder snow. Woo! Thunder snow! It's awesome.
Is that opposed to thunderstruck?
No, it's not. Just thunder snow. So it's going to be, it's going to be cold. I just want you guys to know that. That's why we're going to break down. Our buddies over at USS are going to break down for us all the stuff we need to know about to kind of freeze-proof your house, really is what we're looking to do. Because we want to make sure, right? Because you don't want anything nasty happening. Because the expense that every year, too, we're going to get texts come Monday or Tuesday. Man, something happened. One of my pipes burst. Or, I didn't turn it off and now nothing,
Giant flying monkey ripped my roof off.
Happens all the time. And you know what I was reading today, though? You guys will like this. The freeze warning that's going on in Florida. We don't have this, but they're like, also, when you're out there, remember, iguanas will fall from the trees.
Which is true, which is absolutely true. Because it gets too cold for their system to handle, so they kind of go into brumation.
Yeah.
A temporary brumation, and then they'll just fall out of the damn tree right under your head.
I know.
And some of those iguanas are pretty damn big.
Yeah, they're big. And they're going to knock some people out. So, but we've got you covered on all of this stuff. We're going to talk about how to weatherproof your casa here in a little bit with our buddies over at USS straight ahead. And it is, again, we're taking care of you, kids. That's what we do. All right? A lot of that. We got Ken's News straight ahead, too. Chad Benson Show, powered by NCA, National Certified Alarms. No long-term contracts. License number 645. Cold, snowy, sleet, all the stuff happening. We're under one of those big watches now. Joining us now, Buddy Eric Lloyd from USS. All right, my man. Let's break it down. First and foremost, you guys are going to probably be busy in the next couple of weeks because of chaos. What should people do first to get their house winter-proofed when it comes to all of the things? Because there's a lot of stuff people probably forget.
Yeah. So thanks so much for having me on, Chad. We're just to start us off, man. We're big fans of you guys. Thank you guys for what you do, and thanks for this opportunity to speak today. But biggest thing that we're seeing in crawl spaces is all that cold air. And I'll start with crawl spaces. Crawl space basement homes is really what we're going to be talking about today. But you've got all this cold air that's just pressing up against your home, and especially in crawl space homes, they have these vents all around the perimeter in these block walls, and these vents are letting all of this extremely cold air in, and when that cold air mixes with your hot ducts or your trunk line from your AC or your furnace, it's gonna make that furnace work extra hard. So just by stopping the airflow alone, you're going to help a ton of energy loss, and you're going to save on that energy. So it might be a little too late for you to have us out and do a permanent solution, but some things that maybe you can get out to the store today and take care of. First thing I'll talk about is some temporary vent covers. So during winter, we cover your crawl space vents with a foam insulation to reduce that heat loss and prevent any of that cold air from circulating underneath your home. It's really simple to just swing by Home Depot or Lowe's in the short term to maybe fix something with some zip ties on the outside. You can cut some foam board up. They have that probably still in stock in those stores where you can just stop all that airflow in. Long-term solution is going to be where we would come in and seal that up permanently from the inside. You keep your same aesthetic on the outside, so you don't look at pink foam board from the outside. Another thing that you can do in this short term is insulate those exposed pipes that you may have, the water pipes that are coming into your home. Underneath that crawl space, if you've got a lot of cold air flowing through there, wrap any of those exposed crawl space pipes with some pipe insulation to prevent any freezing and potential bursting. Pay extra attention to areas where pipes are near exterior walls. And anytime you see pipes coming in from the exterior, you can actually seal those air leaks and gaps with a can of spray foam. Not pretty. It doesn't have to be pretty to be sealed, but you can use a spray foam that it comes in a can these days. You can spray that on there. You don't have to go too crazy with it because it'll make it nice and airtight. This is going to reduce that heat loss and drafts any chance of frozen pipes. And then the crawl space. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Were you
yeah. I'm going to ask you. So, talking to Eric Lloyd from United Structural Systems, as he's trying to show quick fixes for the big freeze coming. You know, the pipes. Like we always hear about what ends up happening, especially. And I'm sure you guys get called out this. People don't do the right thing with their pipes, and they'll leave a little bit of drip in the water. They do something like that. Next thing you know, their pipes burst. Stuff happens, and I'm sure that's a nightmare for a lot of people. Who it's a simple thing that you can do, and people forget it, and then for you guys, have to come out and clean it up.
Yeah, that's true. A little drip won't hurt. It might run your water bill up a little bit, but it could very well potentially save you from having to have a burst pipe and have a whole nother mess on your hands. But yeah, just insulating those pipes as best you can, especially where they come in from the exterior, is going to be a huge help. Another place that water or that cold air comes in is through that crawl space door. If your home was like mine, if your crawl space home is like mine and you had one of those just standard black aluminum doors, that's not really airtight. There's a lot of cold air that can go into that door. And so sealing off that crawl space door, making sure that it's properly sealed from drafts, it's going to also prevent any moisture intrusion. And a wet crawl space can actually lead to a cold crawl space. So inspect for leaks and water damage. You're going to look for damp spots, mold growth, standing water in your crawl space. And this is something that we do before the cold weather hits. And it's something that's helpful after the cold weather's gone. You got all this moisture coming in. Snow melt and condensation can cause some major winter damage. So it may be necessary after the fact, and I hope this doesn't happen to you, but it may be necessary after the fact to install an interior drain system to get any water out that may be stacking into your crawl space. And installing or maintaining a heavy-duty vapor barrier. And we use a very thick liner in our encapsulations to to go cover the entire crawl space soil area. And if you got a basement, if you see water in that basement, a dry basement and a dry crawl space is going to be a warmer space. So ensure that vapor barrier is going to extend up your entire foundation walls. When we go in the crawl space, we wrap those columns. So sealing up the walls with a perimeter with that encapsulation material is going to be great.
Somebody just asked us something. They said for dripping faucet, ask really quick, dripping on the outside faucet, inside faucet, what's the best way to try to make sure that those pipes don't freeze up and, become that nightmare that we all talk about?
That exterior faucet, yeah, you're gonna find some of those faucet covers for the exterior. They're really simple to install. You just put a little rubber tie off on it and cinch it up. That'll help a lot. Make sure that is nice and tight up against the brick on your exterior. Interior water lines are the only things you really need to run. I wouldn't run your exterior water. That's just going to turn into an icicle and be bad for water getting into your crawl space. So, but yeah, one thing I was going to mention are those condensation pumps that if you have a furnace that is, or an AC, you have your furnace that sits in your crawl space or basement, make sure you check those condensation pumps, because those HVAC condensation pumps in your crawl space, if it's full and it's not functioning right, it can lead to a mess down there as well. So let's see. Another thing too is this when we seal up the crawl space, which is what we do, 12 months out of the year, we don't want to leave just the vapor barrier and the sealed up vents and the new door by itself. We always recommend installing a dehumidification system, a dehumidifier that comes in multiple sizes that we have, and what that does is it reduces that energy loss by keeping your humidity and the moisture that can be trapped in your crawl space at a very constant and healthy level year round.
Talking to Eric Lloyd from United Structural Systems. He's trying to help you guys weatherproof your house. If you give people one advice, would be the thing that you're going to see that is, when you guys go out and there's going to be issues, what's the one thing that people can do right now that is kind of universal looking, if they only could do one thing to protect their home, what would it be?
If you're going to do one thing, I would say close those vents, those crawl space vents that you have, or if you notice any air gaps in your windows, like egress windows and basements, find some weather stripping and seal that up. Or if you can temporarily close those vents, make sure that cold air is staying outside of your home instead of coming in there.
Right on, man. Appreciate you coming on. And hopefully we know you're going to be busy, so be safe out there and take it slow. Eric Lloyd, USS. Thanks so much, man.
Thank you guys for having me. So
there you go. And several people chimed in about the windows. Asking about the windows. I'm like, yeah, I get that. That's the windows. It's just... Look, it's going to happen. People's pipes are going to freeze. Things are going to happen. And, being just prepared as much as you can, because we're not used to it like other places where they just it's just another day in the cold. Just another day in the cold. Any news, Ken? Anything changed in the freeze?
Nope. Same. Between 2 and 8 inches of snow, up to 2 inches of ice in some places.
Oh, man. It's going to be chilly out there. It's going to be chilly. Tell you what, though, I'm excited about it because I have a feeling I'm going to be the only. The power outage. You already talk about power outage, Ken. You're like, oh, now we're getting news that there's going to be some power outages.
Yeah, expect them.
Is it because of the grid or is it because of falling things?
Falling tree limbs onto power lines.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking, was it the grid? Or is our grid going to, is it going to fail? This is a good test to see what our grid can handle. In this trying time of the big, what do you call it? The big freeze, 2026. It's because of what
we had that big test a couple years ago.
We did. And apparently there have been some enhancements that TVA says they have made that hopefully is never necessary again. Rolling blackouts to make sure that the grid is not completely overwhelmed.
And we don't have all the data centers here yet, so that's always a good thing, too. They'd suck up all the energy.
Yeah, that could be a game changer.
Well, it is for a lot of people, man. The price of energy is rising in places where they're seeing their bills triple in some areas because of the data center. And that's going to be now. That'll probably come down as they spread out, but that is going to be a game changer. Right about that. There's no doubt. It's absolutely going to be a game changer in the coming years. And so be on the lookout. If the data center's coming, read the fine print, guys. Read the fine print. Energy. The battle of energy is here. There's no doubt about that. Ooh. Do you remember when Ted Cruz went to wherever, Cabo or wherever the hell he went? They snapped a picture of him yesterday flying to California as they're getting ready for their giant freeze.
He's just going over there to.
Well, he says he'll be back in time for the freeze. Do we believe him?
Just doing nuisance podcast.
Really, Ted? Like you couldn't have. There's something that big out there. You have to go every year. My daughters, they're in their 30s, but they're going on spring break. Really, I don't think you need to go with them. Big freeze is coming. All right. Okay. So it's good having you, Eric. It's going to be 2 inches of ice. Is that a record? I don't know what a record is. What's the record for snow here?
I don't know.
I don't know either. What do you think it is? Let's find out. If only there was a machine we could find out.
If only.
Snowfall Nashville was 17.3 inches. March 16th through the 18th, 1892. That's pretty good. You had some others. You had several that were in and around 10 inches or so. February 6th through the 9th, 1979, about 10 inches plus. And there's been several large snow days rather than 3 days. But the last one was in January of 2016. Do you remember that one? I wasn't here for that, obviously. Were you here for that?
2016?
Mm-hmm. Or were you out there,
No, I've lived here since 2008.
So you would have remembered that one. It was massive snowfall, 7 inches.
I was probably just inside.
I was here in 2016 for that because I remember that morning, leading up to it, it wasn't supposed to be that big of a deal. But then halfway through the morning show, I was on the morning show at the time, there's already 4 inches of snow falling, and it's coming down heavy. It caught a lot of people by surprise.
I was here for the 2010 flood, but my house was up on a hill. So every time I would step outside, I'd be like, this ain't that bad. What are they talking about?
As people floated by you.
Yeah. So my neighbor across the street, his house was sitting in basically a bowl. So it was up to his windows.
Oh, God, that's got to be awful. It's got to be awful. And we're talking about this, and again, it's going to be nasty, and don't drive if you don't have to, all the kind of things that you shouldn't do. But I still go back to the Russian massive ice snowstorm where they're on the 4th floor of buildings. They're just climbing out their windows and sliding down. That's a lot of snow. 7 feet in one day. Good God. What the hell's wrong with you? Why would you live there? Trump's all, do we want it? What's it like there? Coming up, Oscars. They were announced today. I wasn't a part of it. Kind of sucks. I knew I wasn't going to be a part of it because I didn't make a movie this year. Or any year, actually. Do you have to make one to be in it?
Yet.
Yet. It's coming soon, though. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997.
For a performance by an actor in a leading role, the nominees are Timothée Chalamet and Marty Supreme.
Didn't see it.
Leonardo DiCaprio in One Battle After Another.
Didn't see it.
Good.
Ethan Hawke in Blue Moon.
Didn't see it.
Didn't see it.
Michael B. Jordan in Sinner.
I will see it tonight.
And Wagner Moura in The Secret Agent.
Don't even know what that is.
I've only seen one of those movies.
And seen any of them either.
No.
So don't feel bad.
I'll watch Sinners tonight.
How long is it?
That's like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
That's not bad.
No.
That's the only one of interest to me, too.
Yeah, it's got vampires in it. I'm going to start doing it. I'm going to do a channel that is just for regular people movies. Okay? Just for regular people. I don't need to know that, Sung Dong King is one of the greatest Korean directors of all time. He's an auteur. He's blah. His movie is about blah. I don't care. It's boring, okay?
So you're creating the George Lucas channel.
Better than that, Lucas. By the way, did you see the He-Man? Did you see the He-Man came out today, the trailer?
No.
For He-Man.
Who's playing him?
Guy I've never seen before.
Oh, okay.
So
Probably good to go with an unknown on that one.
So, but he lives here on Earth because his mom got him out of there because of all the stuff, and then he apparently goes back to put together the Wonder Twins, whatever He-Man does.
Are you talking about Guardians of the Galaxy?
I don't know. He goes back with a group of people. So I saw Skeletor. That's right? Skeletor.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he was in it.
He was the one with the purple head, right?
Yeah, he's got skeleton face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's purple.
And he's got the purple outfit on.
He's got no lips, but he can still talk.
Of course I can. I'm Skeletor. Is that what he sounds like? It sounds like something.
I think
yes.
that is it. Yes.
So, I've never been a fan of movies, vampire movies or show. Sorry, Twilight. Oh, I saw Twilight. God, that one day I sat at home. Didn't feel very good. I'm like, Twilight. I watched the first Twilight. I didn't know it was on. I was just laying there and I was like watching it. And I'm like, well, that was interesting. I sat there for the next 12 hours and watched every Twilight movie till the end.
See, that's how I got hooked on The Walking Dead.
Oh, was it?
I was home one morning. My daughter and wife had been watching it. They loved it. So I got up early one morning and thought, okay, I'll try it out.
And you got
the
hooked.
minute Rick Grimes had to kill the little girl trying to eat him, that's whenever I said, whoa. And I was hooked from then on.
Well, you got to make
technically,
serious.
she was already dead.
Well, she was already dead, yeah.
But you got to make serious decisions, man.
Right.
You got to make snap, like that movie World War Z, when the IDF soldier, that chick got bit or whatever, and he lopped off her arm to save her so that stuff didn't travel up. You got to make serious, quick snap
What's supposed
decisions.
to happen with Herschel and his foot?
Who's Herschel?
Herschel was the guy in second season.
Of
Who
what?
was the father of Maggie.
Is The Walking Dead?
Yes.
Never seen one
Walking Dead,
episode.
Yeah, Herschel.
Never
Yeah.
seen an episode.
You're weird.
You know what? Whatever.
You're freaky weird.
I know.
It got real stupid.
Did it?
Yeah.
Now they're on like...
Well, because they made Rick and Michonne a thing, and that's where they lost me.
You know what I like? Good one. Have you seen From? Watch From. That's great, dude. That's great.
From.
Yeah,
Okay.
these people get stuck in a town that's like the 1950s, and you can never leave the town. You just drive in circles, always end up at the town. You have to be in by midnight. Oh, it's creepy. You would like it.
That sounds cool.
Very mysterious. Woo-hoo.
That's like that Twilight Zone where a couple got drunk one night, and apparently they were kidnapped by aliens, and they were put in a little playhouse.
That happens sometimes. Go tell that to one of your friends. Dude, I woke up and I was in a playhouse, okay? All right, coming up, hour number 3 of the program. Vance is in Minneapolis. I'm sure he's calming tensions. He's got a serious eyeliner on. It doesn't have the fun eyeliner. Today's a serious eyeliner because he wants those eyes popping. Pay attention to me. Bunch of other good stuff on the way. Chad Benson, Super Talk 9 has it.